Hello, my little fantasy nerds, and please join us for another episode of
Dungeon Crawlers.
Dungeon Crawlers?
last part.
I like it.
Dungeon Crawlers?
Where-
We're keeping it. We're keeping it.
Where I once again try and kill my entire party with nothing but a spork, an ant, and a jar of never-ending shitting. Think about it.
And a squishy beer.
But it's a good beer. The party has left Dollar. You have made your way to the roads. Get my map up here. Shit, the fuck? Okay, I guess it just erased my maps. Where are all my maps gone? Okay, that's kind of scary, but sounds good. The party makes its way along the roads from Dollar to McKill. Along the road to McKill, the party slept outside during the night and came across a thieving band of misfits. Noticing what they basically were up to, the party jumped first, springing into action and basically putting a quick halt to them and sending them scurrying for the hills. The party is now at the front gates of McKill. You have decided to basically go in and scout around with whatever mission is you guys would like to do. I don't think we ever discussed it, but Frosty, how long is the hat? How long does that last again? Is that
Indefinitely.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just couldn't remember.
As long as I keep it on.
Okay. So, you are still Mavis, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys have arrived at the giant, mechanized, almost brass double doors of the city of McKill. And you see as the these two almost porthole entrances open up, and two little doorways open up, and these individuals walk out. And they're kind of standing there watching you guys come from the distance on the cart.
Martin has to do a double take.
It's huge. Like, absolutely huge. And from the distance, all you see are, over the tops of the wall, you see almost like metal pipes and whatnot sticking into the towards the sky, and like steam and smoke being kicked off in all directions.
I definitely wouldn't be in front, so someone else is gonna have to.
Weren't you driving the cart? Or was somebody else?
Yeah, I stopped.
Oh, that's right. Ping was actually driving the cart.
The people that came out, are they human-sized?
They look to be.
Good. Anyone opposed to just trying the front door?
Well, people came out of it, so are they like... do they look like they work there? Are they gatekeepers? Do we have any idea? Or are they just people?
You're
Do not
unsure?
know. And then were there guards? I can't remember.
Well, there's
Posted.
two individuals that came out of the wall, and they're heavily armored.
So then, I mean, we could assume they are probably protecting the gate.
Possibly.
Well, do we want to just take a straight approach and just see if we can get straight in? We do have documents. I mean, aside from Morn.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have papers. We really just need a reason for going in.
Well, it seems like they have a lot of trade that happens here, so maybe we can just... We're just traveling and we...
Maybe I should have hidden. I don't have papers.
Yeah, Morn should have hidden. That might be an issue. Actually, do we notice... Can we tell if they've noticed us? Like, are they looking at us? Can we tell?
Make a perception check.
How far away are we as well?
I would say you're probably along the lines of like 450 feet, 500 feet roughly.
Oh, I'm gonna jump down into the base of the cart.
Okay. From what you can tell, it looks like they've noticed you guys and have come out to basically greet you.
Okay, well then, being that we're far enough out, and since Morn is like not necessarily at the front of the cart driving it, yeah, you should probably hide now.
I'll lay down the cart and tap my shoulder if I should become smaller.
Okay. And then I'm going to use Disguise Self to do my usual, round out my ears, fix the mismatching of my eyes, and then I'll still have my hood up. I say that we just go in, and if we need an excuse to come to a city that offers a lot of trade, I mean, I don't think we need a better excuse than to see what they have to offer here. I've heard a lot about this city, and we're interested to see what it has.
Okay.
So I'd imagine, he's not here to agree or disagree, but I imagine Henri would also do Disguise Self too, since that's what we've been doing.
I would assume so.
Yeah, so
Ping is kind of just sitting there, staring at, like, looking for cues and just like waiting to be told what to do. He's just like guiding the horses slowly towards the front door.
You have any objection, Mavis? Or are we good to go?
I think we're good to go.
All right.
Yeah, Pink didn't have papers either, right?
He did.
Yeah, he
He
did.
got-
He came in after
he
us
got-
and had
he
to do
managed to
his.
get papers,
Yes.
Yeah, he tried to put Master Cheese on it,
Yes.
but that didn't
I
work.
remember that.
So he put another dumbass name.
And then his real name was not much better.
Oh no, he just put ping pong down and no one believed it.
But it worked.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna tap Ping on the shoulder. Just nod to move forward.
So you guys are moving towards the front door?
Yes.
Okay.
And if I feel like Morn is not going to be hidden for any reason, that once we get close to the guards, if I feel like they're gonna search, or if they look like they're interested to see what's in our cart, I'm gonna tap Morn.
Well, do you have a cover for the cart? I don't think you did.
No, but he's laying flat in it. So,
Okay.
if they want to like look up over the stuff, don't fucking grin, okay? Because that just like
Well-
makes me want to be like, all right,
Put like a blanket over me or something.
okay, yeah, perfect. So I'm gonna take. I have used Disguise Self. I'm just gonna take my cloak off and put it over Morn.
Okay.
I don't know why we just don't have you change right now. We'll see how this goes. It's not a covered cart, Ginge, but it is a tall cart. So, you know, like, it's not, like, 2 inches off the ground. So they would have to look up in it. If I feel like they're going to look into the cart, I'm going to tap Morn. So if you need me to roll anything to be prepared for that, or if my passive perception will give me that, I don't know.
I don't think that's how passive perception works.
I'm actively watching to see what they're doing. I'm actively going to be watching to see if they look suspicious or if they look like they're going to look in the cart.
Okay.
So you need to direct me if I have to roll something.
I mean, there's nothing to roll for that.
Okay, well, I'm actively, anxiously staring at them as we approach.
Uh-huh.
If all else fails, Morn probably does look like a homeless hitchhiker. So.
But he doesn't have
we can always-
papers.
Okay. So as you guys approach the front giant doors with the two almost like cog wheels about the size like of half of Morn, you you pull up to the doors. Please hold. They both kind of step forward, axes in hands, shields next to them. Business.
Investigator Amiela. I'm here on some business. These are my constituents.
Papers.
I'll present them.
He looks through your set of papers, looks up at you, down. Papers for the rest of the group.
Yes, they have their cards ready.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll take my papers out. And
Same.
Okay.
Crawl non-suspiciously over Morn to hand them over.
What? I didn't hear you.
I said I'm gonna non-suspiciously crawl over Morn to reach and hand my papers.
Okay. Goes through your papers. Goes to hand them back. Do you have goods in the cart?
No.
No, it's simply for ease of transportation.
Kind of like begins to like look up.
I'm gonna tap Morn on the shoulder.
I will turn into a spider.
Walks towards the side of the cart, takes his axe, and like the butt of the axe pokes at the at the blanket. Make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm gonna be angry and I'm gonna grab my cloak and kind of glare at him. Excuse me, sir.
It's a
Would you
good
mind
thing I
not-
have advantage on dexterity saving throws. Okay, that's better.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I definitely would have disguised myself. Just by the way.
Oh
Excuse
yeah,
me, sir.
yeah. Freya, pretty much.
Excuse me, sir. Would you mind not
Right.
soiling my cloak?
Excuse me, ma'am. Could you not come into my city with a cloak laying over the back of the cart?
I was warm.
And he takes and looks even heavier into the back of the cart now that you said something, and begins to like lift and move things around.
I'll very gently, knowing Morn is probably in my cloak and hoping he's like holding onto something, I'm gonna pick my cloak up and just kind of hold it in front of me.
She turns and puts two fingers and whistles like a high screech whistle. And you watch his just and each one of the cogs just and the doors slowly open up. And the first thing you guys notice going in
Wow.
is immediate. This town that is
Nothing changed for me.
Yeah, me neither.
I see the background here.
Did you move us to the right tab?
yeah.
There it goes.
There we go.
There.
Yeah, nice.
There we go. Okay.
That's
This
sick.
This is
city's
a very
Hell yeah.
Miyazaki
Very
Yeah.
Miyazaki.
type
it's
of
a
town.
It's a like canals running throughout most of the city, and everything is alien to you. Everything has these like vents coming, like these metal tubes coming out of the top, and this like white billowing substance, almost smoke like, being kicked out in all directions. You see a lot of these buildings moving from building to building, like they're almost like Howl's Moving Castle. Like portions of the building are attaching to other buildings and moving around. You see people being lifted up in these weird almost you see like these almost like little elevators, like they're being lifted up on these platforms. And in the far distance, you see this giant tower, and these 4 almost boats around it, hovering in the air.
I'm gonna be kind of awestruck just looking around at everything.
But by boats, do we mean canoe or sailboat or ocean
Gondola?
ship? Yeah,
Oh, like almost like ocean ship.
one you would sail across the Atlantic. Then, okay.
Yeah, except for they have almost like small balloons attached to them, and underneath the boat, there seems to be like giant fans. Except for where the fans would be, you see like giant crystals, like blue glowing crystals that are hovering in the sky. So after you see that, there's
Crazy shit. Oh, there's a Coliseum. And a lot of other fucking weird
Where
shit
did we
going
come
on.
in from?
Yeah.
right there.
What time of day?
It would be early morning.
Well, where to first? I guess we don't have too many leads around what we're here for.
Once we're a little away from the gate, I'm gonna transform back. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you still hiding in my cloak, though?
what?
Are you still hiding in my cloak when you transform back?
Yes.
So
Oh, well, you're on my
As
lap
this-
then.
yeah, so as this happens, all of a sudden Morn is just full toddler style, sitting
Oh my
in
God.
Freya's lap, and Freya's just like, oh.
I'll awkwardly roll off onto the spot next to you.
Whoopsies!
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Careful now. You're gonna crush her.
He's no owlbear. I'll be alright.
Fair. Well, as for our lead, I don't know. I was just coming here. I thought maybe we'd find something.
Well, Mavis, those papers that you acquired regarding the trade goods, did it give any indication where? Or do
I
we just
know
need
where
to
to go.
trade? You do, excellent, okay. Direct the way then.
So, you would know, and like I said, the thing that sucks about homebrews is I don't get maps exactly the way that I want.
Right.
But where you guys came in over here, on the far side of the city, imagine this open and a giant port is there, like several different ports.
Mhm. Many docks. Many
Yep.
docks.
And we're not talking like when you guys were in Langdor, like small boats that go up like that channel. This is like giant seafaring, like massive boats.
Well, we're sort of discussing what we're doing and going there. Honore will pull out the little doll that she brought with her and start kind of like staring at it.
Okay.
Kind of vacantly.
Mavis, roll a intelligence check, Alyssa. Just to see if you can recall a lot of the information for Mikhail. Because
We already did that. Remember the D20 roll?
What was it? Did we? What was it?
Yeah. I already got all the notes down.
Oh, perfect. Okay. There you go.
With what I rolled, would I know where Lord Trumpsvane's estate is?
Oh, yeah.
I rolled an 18. Okay. I'll begin directing the driver towards the dancing pony first, though.
So, the dancing pony. Okay, so the dancing pony, and you would know, is very high end, and it's only for those with money. So, that is a gated off community, and that's actually up here.
Right.
See, like the walls kind of separate it from a lot of the town. And there's another set as you guys go through town, and you kind of guide them through town and you figure out where you're going. You come up to another set of brass, not as big as the front gate, but definitely large on its own. And instead of the brass colored armored guards at the front gate, you get these guards that are coated in almost full white, with almost like Lord of the Rings, like the guys that ride the horses, like that. Like the helmet comes down to just on the nose, but it has like a giant like circular shape over the entire face, and large like plumes over the top of the head that are bright red, and the entire outfit is white, with a white cape that hangs over the shoulders and almost touches the ground with gold trim.
Like, kind of like this guy.
Yes, pretty much exactly that.
Right. Good old Amer. We're passing through this other gate now as well.
Or are you coming up to the gate?
I believe so.
Okay. What can we do for you here?
Investigator Amiela, I'm here on some business. I'm looking for the dancing pony for some temporary lodging.
Do you have the proper papers to enter the community? What did I call this again? Do you have papers to enter the lavished residents.
I wasn't aware that you needed any.
Oh, yes. It is only for those that have earned the right to be there. And he kind of like looks you guys up, like the whole group up, like top to bottom. And kind of
Oh,
the face is open enough that you guys can kind of notice it with your passive perceptions. He definitely gives you guys the once over and basically goes, "Nah, you guys aren't meant to be here."
Who do I need to challenge? When I whisper to Freya.
I'll whisper back. I don't think this is about challenge. I think this is about we look like we are travelers, and we need to not look like we're travelers.
Oh. I'm gonna sit up a little bit in my seat.
Yes, well then, could you direct us to a more suitable form of lodging?
I believe for your kind, I believe down by the arenas, the Sperry Sprite is more your taste, I should say. And he kind of gives you like a shit-eating like grin, like, you know, go to the slums where you belong.
Ooh.
Very well, we'll make our way towards that then. Have a good day.
You as well. Thank you.
I'm gonna whisper under my breath, eat shit.
And die.
Yeah, I was like, eat shit and die.
The what spread?
Die.
What's that?
What was the name of the inn? Something spread.
Sperry Sprite.
Oh.
Way off. Mark. You're getting too excited, like for the spread. Just
Honestly,
calm
I just
down.
The spread
assumed that's what you would name it.
He's so hungry.
Sprite. Oh man.
He just wants the spread, man.
Help.
I'm gonna be a little bit agitated. Apparently our gold's not good enough for them.
Did he mention an arena?
He didn't.
He did.
He
He
didn't.
did.
He didn't.
There could be some good fights.
He did. I mean, he didn't.
I wonder what happens to the winner. If they're lavished with riches and the ability to stay in this, you know, upscale community that we're not allowed to enter.
Oh, I wouldn't want to do that.
We wouldn't be
Why?
so peasantly then.
Be able to rub it in that arsehole's face. Thought you weren't good enough.
It wouldn't be wise to make ourselves known here, given who our target is.
True.
You're right.
The slums it is.
But if I fought as a bear, they wouldn't know who I was.
It doesn't seem that it is a
Um,
animal fighting pit, though.
Mavis, make an intelligence check. Because you know the most about this town.
19.
19. You know you know that the Colosseums use the animals like sport. And usually the odds are stacked against them and they kill them.
Mhm.
So him fighting as a bear
And we would
would not be because he was there as a competitor. It would be because he was captured and used in some kind of sporting event.
but we could potentially bet on him. And oh, let's not do that. That's just an idea.
Maybe we
Seems
should.
like
Maybe we
very
should just stick to
involved.
where we belong.
I
and
mean,
keep a
I
low
don't.
profile.
We sleep in the dirt all the time. It doesn't really matter. I just don't like giving them the satisfaction that they were able to turn us away.
Fuck him. He's nothing. If he were out in the wild like we've been, not a chance.
They wouldn't last a moment.
Certainly wouldn't last a Snow's chance in hell.
No. Not that snowflake, that's for sure.
Not at all. And his armor matches the color.
There's a reason he doesn't go
You
into the
don't
arena.
belong here. You don't
Yeah, well,
belong here. Go to where you belong. Meet me outside the gates, fucker.
He'll go to where he belongs eventually.
By the way, that was all in character. So, Freya. Well, you don't belong here.
Shall we make our way to the Coliseum then?
To the inn, and yes.
Well, the inn is near the Coliseum.
Morn has a one-track mind. It's like I heard Colosseum and fighting.
If
Maybe not the Colosseum, Morn, but I bet they have, like, fight clubs or something here. Maybe we can get in some gambling action.
I'll do some fighting and then you guys can make some money.
But we have some... We still have to figure out where we're going. We have some things that we need to tend to first, but I'm sure it wouldn't be hard for us to find a fight for you.
Yeah, we should focus on that first.
Alright, well, to the slums, shall we? Where
To
we
the
belong?
Sperry Sprites.
Spread Sprite?
That's right.
The Sperry spread.
So, you guys make a complete 360 or 180, and you guys head back the way that you came, down these gorgeous and alien-ish type roads. Every like 5 minutes or so, you guys hear like almost like a train whistle go off. Not that you know what that is, and you're just kind of like taken back. All the noises and the commotion, and you do notice that there's a lot of gnomes and dwarves walking around, like a lot. But as you make your way up over a bridge, you guys head down into a kind of like almost like a declined bridge, and you head into another portion of town where the sun almost kind of partially doesn't reach, even though it's probably only about 10 o'clock in the day. But as you get down, the roads open up, and the roads go from cobblestone and very nicely kept roads to dirt paths. Like the entire roads and streets are all just dirt.
where we belong, huh?
So it would seem. I probably would feel
Sure.
more comfortable down here anyway. I don't know how I feel about being amongst all that gold and armor.
Too fancy.
So
Even Jupiter is like that sometimes. I don't get it.
People walking around with their noses turned up.
Not quite that, but all the fancy stuff. You know,
so
nice
make a
clothes and things.
perception check, Alyssa, to see if you can kind of figure out where you're going.
Attitude's different, but
Yeah,
You
maybe
know.
not Jupiter, but I feel like here people would walk around probably with their noses up in the air.
It takes you a little bit, but you do manage to find the way to the Colosseum. Not quite the inn, but you do notice the giant Colosseum, and for some reason your mind thinks that the inn would be close to the Colosseum. And as you guys get close, you guys do hear the just loud like like the screaming and the cries of the arena. Seems like there's something going on.
I'm tempted to go see, but I think we need to focus.
Yeah, it'd be very easy to get sidetracked.
That's the last thing I
Warren
need
is
to do.
staring at the Coliseum, but he's not saying anything.
Seems like it potentially be a very lengthy distraction.
Probably. As fun as it would be. It's definitely not what we're here for. So we should probably stay focused.
About another 30 minutes of walking around, 45 minutes. You do notice in the back, as you guys kind of make your way around the arena, just kind of walking and admiring the absolute massive size of this arena. You do notice a large building that has a ferry painted on the front of it.
Is it a spread ferry?
Is it a spread ferry? No.
Okay. It's not the right place then.
Awful.
You said it.
I said Sperry Sprite.
You said spread sprite. You definitely did.
We
Oh,
can't
this is
agree on
nice.
whether it was spread Sprite or Sperry Spread, but we can agree that you said spread.
I can agree that you said the
Yeah.
word spread.
What is that?
Oh, yeah. Unmarked can.
Rest of the
That's
campaign.
It's a good
gonna be
look.
like this.
Ginge. It's a good look. You look like you have eyes. It's like the red circles or the pink circles are in the.
I'll say this:
But-
it smelled awful.
Wow.
I bet that adhesive probably doesn't taste too good.
So, you guys do. It's all good, dude. But you guys do notice a large building. And there are several shops around it. There's people hustle and bustle, but you do see something that might fit that bill.
That could be it. I don't know if it's the right one. Doesn't appear to be spread at all.
Could be the right place though. Should we keep looking, or should we go inside and ask?
Maybe go
I'm
inside
gonna wait.
and ask.
I'm gonna wait in the cart.
Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and hop out of the cart and go inside.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with her.
Yeah.
Upon walking inside, does it appear to be a tavern/inn?
It seems to be a tavern/inn.
Perfect.
Very busy. A lot of gnomes, a lot of dwarves, a lot of non-human folk walking around.
I'm going to.
But no elves.
Doesn't notice to be, or doesn't look to be.
I'm gonna peek my head back out the door for anybody that didn't come inside and be like, "This looks to be right. There's no gates or guards telling us we can't be here. Come on in."
Is there a place to park the cart? Keep our horses somewhere?
Oh. Yeah. Does there look like there's? Like,
There's a little tie-off next to the building on the left side.
Okay, I'll tap the horses there.
Okay.
Make my way in.
quick thinking.
I'll approach whoever looks to be the proprietor.
You walk up and you see a gnome, dark black hair pulled back into a ponytail, and he seems to be serving drinks.
Just sort of tap my hand on the table to get his attention.
After about a minute or two, he does finally spot you and makes his way over and stands in front of you. He kind of steps up on a little stool and puts his arm across the table. Hey, what's can I help you for?
Yes, good morning.
Good
Is
morning.
the Sperry Sprite, I assume?
This would be it.
Looking for lodging, preferably a large room, enough to accommodate about half a dozen people.
1 second. Let me look at the lodger. So he steps down, walks into the back, and he opens like this giant, like leather-bound book and just starts going through things. Comes back on his little stool, gets up on the ledge, the counter. So I do have one room. Might accommodate the amount of people that you're looking for. It looks like that. It's the largest room I got. I have 2 other smaller rooms, but that's the biggest one I got right now.
How much?
25 silver a night? Actually, hold on. Yeah, 25 silver, 3 nights.
I'll take it.
Okay. Full 3 nights, or would you like a longer stay or a shorter stay?
3 nights should be fine.
It's good. I will have I'll have the room made up and ready for you to go.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. 1 second. And he like hops down as you put the coin on the table. Comes back a second later and hands you the key for the door. It's kind of like a shoddy looking like brass key. And you watch as he pours like 3 more drinks out of these pulls, and like you hear something whirring in the back of the wall, and then you hear this, and like 3 drinks get automatically poured in these little canteens, and he turns around and sticks them on the table in front of the 3 dwarves sitting there.
Yeah. I'll walk back to the group.
Okay.
And we'll say, let's hurry on up to our room. We need to discuss a plan of sorts.
I'll nod,
Agreed.
keeping up my act of being mute.
And I'll head on up to the room.
Are you guys? So who's still outside?
Nobody? I think everybody came.
I think everyone's inside. I was the last one in after I tapped the horses.
Okay. Roll perception.
Me?
Mhm.
Okay.
Just high enough. You do notice as you walk through the front doors after you tie the horses off, you do notice 2 elven males. They seem to be carrying large cargo crates and some kind of like backpack or something. They just look like they're hauling a bunch of shit. And there's a human walking about 5 feet in front of them, and both of them look like they have some kind of mechanism around their necks.
Alright.
Would Morn recognize that mechanism? Is it the same one from Toftet? It's not the same. Okay.
I won't say anything until I'm up in the room. Once we're in the room, I'll just be like, on my way in, I noticed 2 elves here. They had like something around their neck, and there was like a human with them. Maybe elves are allowed here.
Sounds like they're
Somewhat.
slaves.
That's commonplace here. The few elves that you do see here are servant folk.
So you probably don't
Oh.
see them running around here without collars on. That's what you're saying?
You won't know.
Oh.
But now that we're up here, we should get down to brass tacks.
Do we know anything about gnomes? Like in a lot of just the fantasy genre, gnomes are like known as being somewhat magical. Is that the case in Rothos, or would we know if it was or was not?
It used to be. A lot of certain classes used to be, but because of the events, a lot of people have been stripped of that. So even the gnomes, who were a little more like elves, were very more adept towards magic, had that easy access towards it. They don't seem to have that as much anymore.
Okay. It's interesting that there are gnomes here that are free, but not elves, I guess.
Yes, that's also commonplace to McKill. It's probably the one place where dwarves and gnomes are allowed to run a little bit more free. They are respected here for their magical talents. If you were to consider the place a hierarchy, humans would be top tier, and dwarves and gnomes would be just below them, and elves would be at the bottom.
What accident of our birth can we blame for being put in this situation? Foolish.
When you find out, let me know.
Did you just ask why you're like that?
No, it was like a rhetorical question.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, because you would know in any game.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
She knows. She's just like,
Doesn't make it's
Say-
like you
yeah.
know, but you also are like, but why is it like that?
yeah. And in this situation, like it being shown like so much more clearly, just like,
I warned you, certain classes would not have it
Yeah.
easy.
So, regarding what we want to do next, I wanted a bit of privacy to discuss this because I haven't exactly told you who we're going after, and it's going to be quite a daunting task.
doesn't matter who. I'm not afraid. But
Well-
go ahead.
Well, then I might as well tell you that, according to the footnotes on the ledger regarding the sale of your daughter, she was apparently sold to Lord Gregarian Trumpsvane.
Oh, the Baron.
Yes.
We love the Barons.
Another thing, Alyssa, just because of your background, roll another intelligence check for me, please. This would all kind of depend. Yeah, baby. You get a very big insight because of your mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Gregarian Trumpsvane.
Are you ready? My
He's-
typing fingers again.
Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. He is incredibly respected and loved within his city. Even the gnomes and the dwarves like him because of how he treats them. He obviously uses them to build his war machines and new war items, which keeps him in high regards with the Council of Six. So he treats gnomes and dwarves obviously at that higher tier. How you said earlier with humans being the top tier and then gnomes and dwarves being second, that line does blur in certain instances depending on the gnome or dwarf. There's one particular family that is actually held in higher regards than humans. and basically can walk around and do whatever the fuck they want. They are called the gear wrenches.
Yeah, you told me about these guys.
Yep. So they're actually held to a higher tier.
A higher class gnomish known for their tinkering.
Correct. They're like top tier. And even the humans in town don't snuff noses at them, because if they do, the gear wrenches can basically say, "Hey, fuck you," and then they're taken out.
Disappeared, put in prison,
Correct.
what have you.
He treats his people well within the city. They eat well, they live well for the most part, as long as they do what he asks. So, he is a gruff older man, probably his early 50s. He runs a dictatorship-type monarchy. Basically, his rule is law. He is known as Gregarian the Hunter Trumpsfane. In his youth, he was known to be a gifted hunter and assassin. There's also been rumors that Gregarian in his old age has taken a liking to collecting trophies.
Oh, he's copying Zariel.
Zariel was sexual.
But he was still a collector. Because he referred to them as his collection.
Correct. Yeah, it's a little different. He knows no fear. He is a war veteran and has been around for a long time.
Well, I don't think we should just go charging in immediately like we did with Lucian.
One other
Didn't turn
thing.
out very well.
He is encapsulated and fascinated by modern science. Like, to the highest extent. As you can see, walking through town, everything is very modernized, and you do see like there's like one or two guards with every group of guards that has a rifle, or what you wouldn't know exactly what it is, but a long, like, cylindrical tube, and they have it slung over a shoulder.
Okay. Yes, hence why I wanted to talk. We're going to need a very clear-cut plan of action if we plan to storm his estate.
Well, when we stormed Steinthorn, that didn't seem to go so badly, did it? Do we really need a plan?
I would think so.
A few of us almost died last time.
Dripping with sarcasm. Totally sarcasm. You guys would have heard the sarcasm.
Okay. Then never mind.
Kind of like, oh, well, we did that without a plan. That went really well. So why don't we move forward with that one this time?
Should we assume that Mavis shared all that information with us? What she knew?
No.
Okay.
Given how different Mikil is from the rest of Rothos, I think a plan is well in order.
Did you have something in mind?
No, not exactly.
Do you think that this lord has Henri's daughter, or do you think he's more like someone who like buys and then sells it to someone else.
I'm sure that he has it. He's getting quite up there now, and there have been rumors floating around that in his age he has become a collector of sorts. Of trophies, if you will. And given that the ledger in Zaro's office referred to their sales as gems, I think that's no mere coincidence why he would take such interest in such a purchase. Also, the ledger specifically said that the purchase was made by one of his maidens, Ludwig Eins, as a direct gift to him. So, I have no doubt that he is in possession of Henri's daughter.
The longer this conversation goes on, the more like furrowed Henri's brow becomes, and the more she just looks at the floor.
Don't worry, Henri, we'll find her. I'm sure she's fine.
Given how well guarded this city of brass is, there is no doubt that this fortress is going to be nigh impenetrable. He's likely armed it to the teeth with every bit of modern technology imaginable. This is not going to be easy.
So we'll need an invitation to get in.
That's quite possibly one route we could take.
But how would one get an invitation? Perhaps the winner of the Colosseum would have an invitation to meet with him?
Quite possibly.
Just an
Or
idea.
they like to buy gems there. We could always sell them some.
We're not giving them Henri and Freya.
That could work, though.
Nope.
You two could use your magic. Just put yourself in illusory shackles. And I could use this form's influence as an investigator to say that I am hauling you in.
I mean, we would be like, it'd be like getting people on the inside, but we don't really know what the conditions are inside either.
Very true.
I'm not saying it's not a good idea. It's definitely a good idea.
It's just an idea.
It's just another route we could take.
We don't necessarily know the Colosseum idea either, like what the winner gets.
There's other ways to get in too.
Of course, there's always the crude break-in, but as Mavis mentioned, it's probably very, very heavily guarded with machinery that we aren't even familiar with. If we did go the pretend prisoner route, what would we do once we got inside?
I don't think we can know until we are there, which I think is the downside of that plan. How do we convince them to take all of us to where the prisoners are kept?
Well,
I doubt they would let even Mavis in, and I'm sure they have ways to keep the elves from escaping. So
maybe it's
it would like
I'm also sure that they have many, 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 many guards inside, and we would be very outnumbered, so we would indefinitely probably be taken to some sort of prison. And then what do we do?
What? So your cloak can teleport 2 people out, right?
Correct, up to 600
All
feet.
we really need to do then is sneak the cloak to the person that we want out, and then both people get out.
Theoretically, but you
Ma-
have to
Mavis-
get to know the cloak though. And we would have to take time for that as well.
Oh,
Do we know if they also sell
That's a good idea
gems
though.
here?
I would heavily doubt it.
If they did, we have a fair amount. It might even be worth it to just buy Henri's daughter back. Say that we're a slaver and we want to buy her.
But then the question might arise of how we even know that he is in possession of her.
Well, that's why I asked if it's kind of known if they do any selling. We could just ask to see,
What the goods
the
are?
inventory. Yeah.
what? What if Mavis knew some? What if Mavis was investigating what happened in the swamps?
Alyssa, you would know they are sold and traded here. There's an underground black market. You just don't know where. They're brought in. What's the word I'm looking for? They're brought in and then they're categorized and sold out.
However, it sounds like Henri's daughter was bought and gifted to
Y'all hear me?
him, though.
Yeah,
Maybe.
what's up?
Yeah. Oh, we can hear
Just barely ping.
Can hear you though.
I'm using the mic on my laptop. I don't know how good it is.
We can hear you.
Just barely. But
It's
it works.
workable, it sounds like.
But you would know there is something of like a black market. When they're brought in, they're transitioned to this. Basically broken and set up for trade and categorized.
What if Mavis wanted to talk to someone who had been inside the keep in the swamp? Would that work?
It could put Mavis in danger of being questioned on why she knows anything about any ledgers or trading, because she did steal that information. So she might have to answer for how she knows anything.
I could come up with a reason if we want to go down that way.
I used to pull a con as a gem merchant, and I don't mean gem the way that I don't mean the code gem, but an actual merchant that trades in gems.
Do we want to do the mother and crying child? Oh my god, I'm just thinking of Critical Role. When Not and Caleb do the kid mother and child bit to get attention. Oh my god.
So if we wanted to,
Fucking perfect.
if we wanted to stage having a buyer, that might be one option. That's also assuming that that Henri's daughter would even be available for purchase, right? I don't know that to be true, but
She's not going to be. I am almost certain of it.
That would have been a really good idea too, though, is to like kind of play the part of like a very classy, I don't know, rich individual trying to purchase something.
Got just the person.
Yeah. But I mean, that is a very fair point. She may not be up for sale.
Well,
So we have the fake prisoner tactic. We have the black market purchase tactic. We have the
classic heist.
The classic heist. Yeah, the break-in.
Or the arena.
Or if we would have to get information on the arena if that's even an option to meet with him. But
I think, when I'm playing cards or a game of dice, I like to have a plan that's good, better, best. So maybe we think about which plan we like best, and then have a better and a good plan as backup.
I think that trying to find a way to buy her is a great idea. The only issue that we're facing is where we would do that, and if she's even available for purchase. That completely would throw a wrench in the plan. Alternatively, if she's being held in his estate somewhere, obviously it would be important for us to get inside. But how we get inside, under what terms, whether we're guests or we've broken in or we are coming in as prisoners, will kind of determine what our next steps would be.
I think the plans that require the least number of people we should try first, because then they can have the cloak and can get out.
Yeah, but if something goes wrong, we'll want all of us there. We're more
I don't think we can
protected
fight.
as a group.
I don't think we can fight them. If something goes wrong, the best idea is to teleport out, right?
Yeah, sneaking in is always an option, but again, we don't know we don't know anything about this estate. We don't know how guarded it is, what it's guarded with. We don't know our way around.
Well, Andre can go invisible, and I can go very, very small along with him. That could get two of us in.
But then how do you get out?
Well, we can get out the same way we went in. The only person that we would need to get out would be Andre's daughter, and we could use the cloak.
It's also a good plan. Oh, the music stopped?
Oh, I think it was only an hour long. It would probably be better if Andre used the cloak, because I don't know how to use it. It looks hard to use.
It requires attunement. Again, that would take time to get to know it. But it's definitely still an option. And I'm kind of lost, just because we don't have much information about where she even is. If she's even still here, if she's going to be somewhere, if she's up for sale, if she's somewhere in the estate. There's a lot of uncertainties that are kind of making it difficult to decide what would be best to do. That's a good point. If we did some scouting, we might be able to get a little better idea of what we're up against with that estate.
Maybe we take the day, ask around at the Coliseum, see if that's a viable plan, and then when nightfall comes, we can try to do a little recon.
While you guys are out, do you want me to try and spend some time with this cloak? So that way I could try and sneak it into her?
It doesn't hurt, even if we don't go with that plan, at least it's an option, a backup. So I will take my cloak off, and I will give it to Morn to attune to it.
Okay.
And that takes 24 hours, right? I
Yes.
believe. Okay. So for the next 24 hours, I will be attuning to a cloak.
Okay.
Do you want me to send you the deets?
Sure.
Still if I had them still.
Anything else while Morn attunes?
Before we
Everyone-
break,
Wants to fill me in.
What was that? Ping. I'm sorry, dude. Your mic. I can barely hear you.
Can you hear me better?
There you go.
I was gonna say, if you wouldn't mind filling me in a quick, that's too much to ask. I understand.
You broke up like 90% of that, dude. Oh. So it's just a short rest. Okay.
That is the wrong cloak. Why did it copy that one?
The 24 hours is for when it when you lose attunement to it, if you're separated from it for 24 hours.
Gotcha, I didn't know that. So it only takes a short rest. So.
Yep.
Okay. I still want to stay here and take a long rest. I want my wild shape back. I want to have both.
Okay.
So.
before
It's only about noon right now. Just FYI.
Well, actually, I can short rest and just get my forgotten wild shape as short rest.
Okay.
So
before we break, is there anything that you would like to ask me? I have a good amount of knowledge regarding this city. I might be able to answer a few of your questions.
Do you know anything about the Colosseum? What they're fighting for? What they win?
What?
Honor, death, blood, the right to beat Gregarian. Basically, the champion is treated like a god here in town. Depending on whatever race he or she is, it's ignored here in McKill.
As far as I can remember, the champion of the Colosseum becomes quite an honored individual and does score special audience with Lord Trump's thing, regardless of whatever race they might be.
So it would be a viable option to get one of us inside. But
It would.
an audience doesn't mean free reign over the estate.
Yes, he likely won't take you down to his collection chambers.
But it is a way to get in for somebody.
Anything else?
Or that could also be used to get information, just to scout out. Even if you don't go to the dungeon, you might figure out where it is.
Yeah, you'll still be able to get inside. Behind the defenses safely.
Yeah, if we had a Coliseum champion, we could maybe we could combine these two plans and use that to make some inroads into the slave trade here in the city. Maybe make some introductions with people that are involved in that. Say that we're looking for something a little more rare. Maybe we can get an audience with Trump's vein and see if he might have us look at his rare stock.
All this talk of stock and goods, it's not right.
What
It's not.
what if you brought me to the Coliseum with one of those collars on? It could make you guys look rich if you owned a champion.
But you could probably fight of your own free will as well. So do you mean that as a way for us to have an audience? Like we own you? Or
Yeah.
I don't hate that idea.
That actually is a
It
kind
sort
of
of gives a logical explanation for like why we would be shopping for others. Right.
Ooh. I like that.
So we trained Morn from a young age. We're looking for other youngins that we could acquire to
He's battled
also train.
We've battled him against many foes.
Yeah.
And he's won. And we're here to take on McKill's champions. And we have legal
And
ownership of him kind of idea.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to use their collar because I think that collar it's unique to here. It doesn't look like the one that they have in Steinthorn, or I don't know. So I don't know. That might have to rethink that kind of part of the plan.
Well, let's.
We would have to fashion up either an illusion or something. No, because an illusion will fade. We'd have to fashion something that would be unique to.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we go to the smith and ask if they have any. Presumably, they would sell them here, right?
Yeah, or at least, or we could even have the smith make a specialized collar.
Yeah.
I don't hate this plan. I actually like it a lot more than others.
I do too.
And then that would be a reason to get inside and have an audience. It would also have a reason to maybe talk about his quote-unquote stock and our interest in maybe purchasing or acquiring.
Someone young.
Yeah.
So someone with rare abilities who's younger. So we'll have many years to train them.
And if we find her at that point, or if we're shown her, then we can. I mean.
Yeah, I guess we can decide. I mean, if it comes to that, we could actually just purchase her and then leave town, and she'll be free. Or we'll have to plan an escape from that point.
Yeah, what happens if she's not for sale?
Well, then off with his head. I think off with his head either way. I mean, if I'm being honest anyway.
Now you're speaking my language.
I think Mavis probably would like that plan as well.
Well, I think Alyssa would like that plan. I think Mavis probably has some reservations.
Good point. Alyssa would probably love that plan.
Well, right. What matters is that Markale is safe. But if we have the chance, wouldn't mind spilling a few drops of that bastard's blood.
I think the region would be better off without any barons. So I don't have any hesitation there.
Something else that would be helpful to know before we go in. How will we know we found your daughter? Is there a way
Moon
we
elf.
can identify her?
Moon elf that probably looks just like Henri, but younger.
Well, she does look a little different. Her hair is, well, mine's grey. Hers is white as the snow. It's got... her skin is a bit more closer in colour to her father's, as are her eyes. She takes those after him. But, well, if anybody's going to find her and be the first one to see her, I'd like it to be me. Then none of you will have to worry about whether or not you know her.
Very well then. Well, this is a really good plan. Even if it doesn't result in finding her or being able to purchase her, at least it gets us inside and gets us more
Coliseum.
information. Yeah, at least we get more information that way. It's safe. For the most part, maybe not the Colosseum part being safe, because there's going to be probably a very hard-fought battle.
The surest part about this plan is that I win.
I thought you might say that. So it's really just kind of, once we get inside, what happens.
I'll try to make sure I have a front row seat so I can help you out.
The surest part of this plan.
I can't
It's
say that
how I
with
win.
a straight face. I'm sorry.
Morn's
I
over here,
think-
his head's growing 3 sizes. He's like, "Don't worry, guys, I got this."
A couple things to remember, Andre, when you see your daughter, you're gonna have to not blow our cover. Maybe start thinking about that. That will, I'm sure, be difficult for you,
Wait,
or would be for anyone.
not
And,
just Henri, though. What about if her daughter sees her? What's to stop her from?
I'll be disguised.
Good idea. Probably
Yeah,
better.
we'll have to make sure that you are.
The most important thing is that we get everyone out safe. Yeah. I know how you feel, because I had to let other people go in first back up north. And waiting outside while people were going in and doing it was really, really hard. But
Morn, what we'll need from you in this plan is go win at the Coliseum.
I can do that.
And then, as we're going around town, you will be our slave. So
Yep.
Behave. No, act like a slave would.
It also means you have to listen to everything you're told.
Yeah, I can do that.
No questions. No back talk.
No question.
Mindless. as much as
Discipline will be swift. Maybe, I don't know.
So then what's our affiliation? All of us being together with this one individual. What brought us all together?
I think we're his trainers.
But what made us his trainers? Why are we a group? We're just a bunch of random travelers that came together and decided we want to own a slave that we would take around Rothos in battle.
It might be better if only 1 or 2 people were in charge of me. Like a couple or something would be believable, right?
But we still have to make sure we're all able to get inside, so even if only a couple people owned you, we would still have to all be affiliated enough to be together, because then it might just be, well, we only want the winner and his owners to come. We don't need your band of followers to come inside.
Yeah, I think we, pulled our resources together and bought some slaves and realized that Morn and maybe some others that we don't have any more. We're good fighters and raised their stock via fighting throughout the country. And
yeah, I think that we're all in some way equal owners.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone should hold on to my weapons then.
Good idea.
That's a good idea. What do we want?
I pull out 4 javelins, 2 hand axes, and 2 great axes.
Jesus.
Where do you keep all those?
My bag.
In his prison wallet, I guess.
His prison wallet.
I'll put I'll take a great axe. I assume you have like a.
Oh, we were raided.
Cage?
So I have one.
Agni,
Yeah,
thank you for the raid.
Holster.
The one great axe is just
Thank you
normal.
for the raid.
That's the one I don't normally use. I have the bear axe. That's my focus.
Thanks for the raid.
That one would have more of a nice case to it. The 2 hand axes are kind of normally just on my side, and the 4 javelins would be kind of wrapped together with like straw or something.
I feel like I want to put a great axe on my back, and I like the way that I look with a great axe.
It's pretty satisfying.
Like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, and they're probably all very heavy because, they're not small weapons.
Yeah, I'll keep the great axe that you use on me. We could probably put the rest in the bag of holding.
Yeah, the only one I would use is the bear axe.
And I'll if someone wants to maybe take some hand axes on your side.
I can probably fit the hand axes in my pack. I don't know, Ginge, can I?
What's that?
Actually, your hand axes are they small or are they Morn-sized hand axes?
No, they're normal-sized hand axes.
Okay, so I can just put those in my pack then. Okay. So,
and then, who wants to go to the blacksmith? It probably shouldn't be me, because,
Yeah,
yeah,
you're gonna be playing slave.
You stay here in the room.
Okay.
With the cloak. Are you still taking the cloak?
I think Morn should still have the cloak, because if any reason he ends up in a prison because he is a prisoner,
right?
at least he has a way out.
Okay.
I also can most easily get to Andre's daughter and get her out.
Yeah. Okay. So why don't you stay here? Get learned about that cloak. We'll go to the blacksmith,
Get
see
learned.
what sort of chains or whatever we need to take you around town.
And break.
Okay, so Mavis, do you happen to know where there's a blacksmith near here, or should we find somebody? I'm sure the tavern keep probably knows.
Would I?
Looking for the blacksmith.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know where one is. You're gonna have to probably ask around for that.
No, you're better off asking around.
Yeah, I'm sure the tavern key probably knows exactly where to find one, so it doesn't hurt to ask.
You going to ask the barkeep or the keep? The barkeep?
Yeah, who all is going? Are we all gonna go? Or obviously Morn's staying behind. Well, I'll go. At least downstairs to find the tavern keep. And isn't it the guy with the black hair? The ponytail? The little gnome?
Hmm?
I'll walk up to him.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yes. Can I help you?
Would you happen to know where we can locate a blacksmith near here?
Blacksmith. You looking for higher crafted things, or are you just looking for kind of your basics?
Why don't you tell me where both are, and I'll kind of decide from there.
Well, your higher end. That's gonna be Torg. Torg is he's in the upper portions of town. He's a little more hoity-toity.
Is that
but
the
he does
gated
come.
region?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
He does. He comes down every once in a while though for the arena fights, so you might be able to catch him around. He's a dwarf, balding kind of down the middle, very fiery red hair, big mutton chops, a scar that goes down the side of the face like that, big forearms. Really nice guy, but he doesn't talk a whole lot though. The other one would be his brother. That's Sor. Sor is he's actually kind of down the block a little bit. He's kind of like the medium to lower end stuff. He does a little bit of work, but the problem is he's kind of a drunk. He comes in here quite often and he gets a little bit more than what he asks for. Super nice guy, but I think he's a little upset that his brother gets more business than he does. So, he kind of takes that a little personal.
Okay. So for the arena fights, you said he comes down for the arena fights?
Oh yeah, he's a big gambler, Torg.
Torg,
Comes in here, he has a couple drinks afterwards. He bets a lot.
Do you happen to know when the next arena fight is?
Oh, they go on all the time. 1 second here. He kind of walks out the front door and looks up at the sun, comes back in. Your next set of matches, probably in the next hour or so. That's about end day fighting, midday.
And you said he comes in here.
That's usually the beast fights.
Okay. And you said he usually comes in after to get a couple drinks?
Yeah. He comes in after the main event. Usually when the champion fights.
What does it take to be a champion?
To be the champion, I mean, you have to do 5 Crucible fights. You have to do the main Royal Rumble. and then whoever is the winner of the Rumble can usually challenge the champion to try and take the title. Usually, the challenger gets to pick the way of battle, weapons, armor, fist to the death.
The challenger
we've only
does?
Yeah. And then it's up to the champion whether he accepts or not.
Okay.
What are the rules generally? Is there anything not allowed in these fights?
It depends on the fights. They're all different. Usually champion versus contender, the rules are set before the match between the contender and the champion. Whereas usually these other fights, there's rules set out predetermined. Last year's Crucible fights, they were really good. It was to the death, and it was all with pole arms. It was pretty wild, and every quarter round, they actually released basilisks and miniature dragons throughout the arena that the contenders had to fight at the same time. It was a bloodbath. It was really good. Let's see. And then the one before that they had captured a young dragon, a young fire dragon, and two of the contenders had to battle the dragon. Oh, that was a really good one. Tore that guy clean in half.
Oh.
Are these all individual events, or are there team contests as well?
There's team contests. Not as often. Usually individuals, or there's actually teams throughout Rothos that enter in the arena. And you enter your champion or your contender, and then they battle other people's contenders or champions.
So how long...
Morn, I choose you.
Right?
How long would it take if someone just started in the arena to win enough matches to qualify to challenge the current champion?
Well, if you won every single one, a week.
Ugh.
Okay. Thank you.
You know, or if he, not a problem. Or if they display some form of gallantry that really draws the attention. It's happened a couple of times where somebody has really stood out, and it just really drew the champion's attention. He got a little antsy and he challenged the contender. It does happen, not often, but it happens.
If the people want to see it, it could be done.
Oh yeah. I'm sure.
Okay. So, just again, so you said the high-end blacksmith, Torg, is likely to come in here after the battle that's in about an hour to get a couple drinks.
It'll probably be 2 hours, because the battle in an hour that's the beast one. That's usually the contenders versus some form of a beast at random, and then usually there's a champion either bout or exhibition fight or a main event, and then usually after that he comes in. That's usually where he puts his money. He's a big bettor on Torg. He makes a lot of his weapons and armor for him.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much for all of the information you've provided. I'm gonna give him I'm gonna give him a gold coin.
Oh, you're very kind. I greatly appreciate that.
I'm sure we'll see you again shortly then.
I'm sure. Thank you.
Alright, I'm gonna head back up to the room. I don't know if everybody's with me or not. I don't know who came with me. I know Kaz came downstairs with me. Obviously, Morn's up in the room. So we have potentially some issues if it's something that's going to take weeks for the challenger or a winner to be deemed for the Colosseum, unless some special display causes that to be different. I don't know. Kaz, what are your thoughts?
I think that Morin, you're going to be tasked with not just winning a match or potentially, 2 or 3 matches, but you're going to have to do it convincingly in dramatic fashion.
Morn, do you think you can be dramatic in the battles that you win?
Like turning into a bear? Dramatic?
I'm not sure. But you need to win so convincingly that the people watching think you deserve to fight the current champion.
Yeah,
So
I
maybe
can do that.
That might just be as simple as destroying the competition so severely that it's just a waste of everybody's time to watch him unless he's against the champion. I don't know about turning into a bear. I think that might be a question of what's allowed, which we would have to find out. Because we don't want to break any rules either.
I haven't ever watched a fight where someone transforms into a bear. So maybe they wouldn't expect that.
Right, they also might not allow it. Or the challenger might not. Or the champion might not want to fight you.
Yeah. I'll just cut the people's heads clean off.
That could work. I mean, it could work.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So we have a plan of cutting the heads clean off. Maybe turning into a bear. We'll see. So the other thing would be, before that, meeting with Torg. So I understand he's potentially going to be coming by in a couple hours. He's a high-end blacksmith, so we can't actually visit him at his shop. So this would be our only real opportunity to speak with him, to see if we could commission some work. There is a low-end blacksmith, but being what we're requesting, the kind of piece we're requesting, we might want somebody that does more high-end work. So hopefully we can speak with him and get him to help make a very unique neck piece for Morn to wear.
Or maybe something around his waist? I don't know. It seems kind of cruel to put him in a collar.
That seems to be like the national call sign for slave here, so I'm all for doing something different, like cuff or a belt or something, but either way we're gonna need that blacksmith's help.
Something.
Step 1, get axe. Step 2, take head off. Morn protect.
Be simple,
Morn
man.
attack.
You see head, me cut off.
See, yeah, then you can just walk around with heads. And there you go. Could fashion a slave belt out of heads from his the challengers that he...
There you go.
I mean, we don't even need a blacksmith anymore. So we don't have Kaylin here.
A necklace made out of those I've already defeated sounds actually pretty badass.
Kaylin did the weaving, right? We could have had Kaylin weave the heads together with their hair or something and made a very ornate belt of some form. Bag of holy heads.
Were you trying to get him excommunicated from his religion?
I mean, he's already
Yes.
dead. I just want to remind you of that.
I mean, is he dead? You don't know this.
Oh, please? But then we wouldn't have Alyssa anymore.
Bring it back. Hashtag justice for Caitlin.
You don't know what we're talking about in private chat?
Hashtag justice
Oh,
for
boy.
Kalen. Kalen brought his own justice in the form of fucking turning into a Lich Lord, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, one, he never fully went full
Yes,
Lich
he
Lord.
did. He invoked
Yeah,
the
he
second
tried.
pact. He
He was
invoked the
about-
second
He
pact.
was about 30%.
But he invoked the second pact. Whether or not he was struck
invoked
down.
the third pack.
The third pact. My
He
apologies.
went beyond the second.
He was
pretty-
like, this is a double pact level 1.
You have to fuck
double
up.
pact level 2. And this is to go even further beyond.
I invoked the third pact!
You have to
I
fuck up
invoked the
real
third-
bad to get smitten down by your own goddess as a cleric.
Right? And
True.
he was
That's a-
tight. He was tight with Shantea.
Yeah. Like,
Like that, he crossed a line that he cannot uncross.
You hear that? You hear that, Alyssa? Yeah. That line.
I
Fucking
hear it.
crossed it.
I mean,
no
if you want to
turning
bring
into, no
if
turning
you-
into witches
wait,
in this party.
wait. Twist, big twist in the campaign. Kalen is the demigod that we're gonna fight in the end.
And now Tintesh, we were at the whole campaign. So, great going for ya.
She
I mean,
fucking
I literally made no face. You ain't getting shit out of me.
You know what that means,
Huh.
right? Ginger's playing the whole "you don't know nothing," which means he's got some kind of crazy plan up his sleeve.
Well,
I do.
You heard it here first, folks. February 3rd, 2021. We called it if it turns out to be right.
So anyway, so back to the plan of the, intricate woven belt of heads. So, yes, so in a couple hours we should probably head downstairs and commission this Torg individual to make some sort of device for Morn to wear as a slave. And then from there, I guess we find a way to enter him into these challenges and allow him to just sever heads.
I say we go downstairs, get a pitcher, get good and pissed, wait for this guy to show up.
Kaz is condoning drinking right now. After everything that we've been through, I thought you would have been like, hey, nobody go downstairs. Nobody look at the beer. Everybody go straight to bed.
Well, Morn, you got to stay here and study your cloak. But,
The rest of us are going to go downstairs
the
and
rest
get
of us
pissed.
can go.
And that way we're more likely to bump into this Torg individual on a more level playing field. Since he's obviously going to be coming here to get pissed.
Yep.
Alright. Well, with that, I'm going to head downstairs.
What time is it about now?
Probably like 3 or 4 o'clock. Now, I'm gonna say you
Hmm.
guys spent a hell of a long time war planning.
Time out. Before I go downstairs. Oh shit, I didn't think of this. Before I go downstairs, I am going to recast Disguise Self,
As shall I.
but that
Do the
only
same.
lasts for an hour.
That's the biggest fucking problem.
And I
This
don't
has
have
to
a
be the-
cloak anymore! Shit!
Well, this has to be the first time in 59 episodes that the rest of the party's off doing something while Morn is in his room. So,
Right.
There's a first for everything.
probably the last.
Session, you guys heard it here first. Session, what is this? Session 59? Morn is not drinking with the party.
But Morn learns to meditate for the first time.
Morn does not partake in scorpion
He's
tail or
gonna-
other illicit drugs.
Exactly. We do not condone that activity here.
Not at all.
Especially after last time.
We won't talk about that. Alright, so after Disguise Self.
Drugs are bad, kids, okay?
Drugs are bad, okay? There you go. Morn's drunk enough for you. There you go.
Nice.
You know-
There you go.
All right. So again, going downstairs after I recasted disguise self, I will sit at a table and flag down the. Is the tavern individual? Is there other people there, or is it just him?
No, there's probably like 5 or 6 people in there right now.
Okay, so I will flag. I'll just wave my arm so that somebody notices I need assistance.
Like for like a barkeep or just the bartender?
Bartender?
So you're trying to get a
I'm
hold of
trying
the
to
person?
get. I'm trying to get beer.
Oh, beer?
I'm trying to get beer.
Okay. A dwarven female walks towards you. Ah, can I help you?
Can I get a couple of pictures of what you would recommend is a really good beer here?
Of course. I'll be right back. She comes back about like a minute or two later, holding a giant pitcher with about 5 or 6 glasses around the side of it.
Thank you.
That'll run you 10 silver.
I will pass her 10 silver.
Thank you very much. Enjoy.
And I will commence the shit-facedness.
I want to sit next to Freya, and I'll take 2 glasses, and I'll fill them, push one over to her, and I'll say, Freya, I didn't get a chance to tell you, but I think I owe you an apology.
For what?
Well, when you almost died, I was mad at you, and I told you that, I kind of expected that thing from Morn, but I was disappointed that you made what I thought was a stupid decision.
Mm-hmm.
And you asked me why, and I didn't really have a great answer for that. I guess I just associate, and I'll kind of look around, elves with being wise and knowledgeable and worldly. And I guess I can kind of forget that you've spent most of your life locked away. And so that probably wasn't fair for me to say. I think I've seen you and Morn do some really great things in dire times, and so it's easy to forget kind of how vulnerable, I guess, you guys can be in other situations. So that probably wasn't fair of me to say. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I do try to be wise, but yes, I do admit there are times that I don't understand probably the most basic of concepts. But I'm learning.
When we started traveling, I only joined you guys because there was 1 gold in hunting those goblins, and 2, I was pretty close to being run out of town for cheating at cards at that point. So
You cheat.
Never. I that was really the only reason for going with you guys, but since everything that's happened since then, I think we've done a lot, and I feel like we have an opportunity to make a actual real and meaningful impact on Rothos for people like us that have had to live in the shadows our whole lives. But we can't do that unless we really focus. I think we need to take care of everyone's personal business make a decision to really focus in on, raining hellfire on the Raxus, the Obsidian Eye, the Council of Six, all of the arms of that system that has made our lives hell. We have a chance to tear all those systems down. So the idea of losing that opportunity to something silly like a night out was frustrating.
I definitely understand where you're coming from. And I'm sorry that I guess our moments of weakness and forgetting what our larger purpose is in this whole scheme of everything made you feel like that. Because I think a lot of times it's just the stress of all of the bullshit that we've been through and the never-ending quest to figure out what is going on, and always having setbacks, and sometimes it's just a moment of kind of forgetting everything. But you're absolutely right that we really can't afford to be so lax.
I think for people like us that have never known where we belong in this world, it's easy to want to escape. So, I wouldn't tell someone to not do that. But I will say that at this point, I think we all need each other. So let's make sure that if that's what we're doing, to do it wisely and together.
I agree, and I think you're getting a little bit soft on us, Kaz.
I am not.
I think you are.
I'll pour another 2 drinks and drink one really, really fast.
You're not usually so vocal about your feelings.
I don't know anything about that.
I'm very glad that you are being that way, though, because I agree with you. I think that we're kind of all family at this point and in this together, and I agree that I feel like we all really need each other at this point. I'll throw my drink back.
Yeah, not to speak for the group, but I think for some of us, this group is the only place that we've ever really belonged anywhere.
It is. This is the first time I felt family since I was almost so young that I hardly remember anything. It's the first time I've been with people that I feel like actually care about me or need me.
Yep.
And I feel like we have a bigger stake in all of this because this Rothos, I guess, is just being run by a bunch of people that don't want anything to do with our kind.
Imagine a future where those people don't exist.
I think that's the goal. Eradicate the Reich.
So I'll take a drink and let's meet this guy and enslave our friend. Take care of business.
So, almost on cue, as you say that, the doors bust open, and a burly, very hairy dwarf walks through this door. Just thick beard, like hairy ape-like arms, like a shirt, like a very nice shirt rolled back and up the sleeves a little bit. Begins to just laugh hysterically and loudly. "Oh, Sor, did you see that last fight? I ripped his arms clean off, the champion did. It made me a heavy bit of coin, it did. And he holds out this large bag. And this other dwarf next to him, kind of semi-balding, a little like slunched over, kind of blonde almost, but like balding up the center, and the beard is kind of like chopped, but it's not as thick as the Torag. You assume it's the younger brother Sor. Yes, I saw it. You don't have to rub it in my face. I lost money. You won this time. You know, I went against the champion, and it is what it is. Just buy me a drink, and let's go on with our fucking night. Oh, don't get upset now, Sor. You said you bet against your older brother, and this is what happens. Let's go sit down and have a drink now. Come. And he kind of like is slapping him on the back as they walk through, and they sit down. The two dwarves are now sitting at a smaller circular table by themselves, and the black-haired dwarf that's just absolutely burly and hairy is just continually slapping his brother on the shoulder, and you visibly can see the younger brother is pretty pissed and upset, and he's trying not to be sour about it, but he's doing a really shitty job. And they are loud. They are extremely loud.
Oh, am I a bad person for wanting to pin them against each other? Who can do a better job on our slavery item that we want you to craft?
Who crafts a better manacle?
Yeah, we have this really, really expensively, not even expensive, this really difficult, intricate, unique piece that we need to have crafted, and we just don't know who the best blacksmith is. I can just so see this. Oh. Man. I'm gonna look at Kaz. Do you think it would be a good idea to try to get them to battle for who can do a better piece for Morn? Or do you think we should just go straight to the finer blacksmithing individual?
You know, I almost think we should go to the lesser talented brother with some flattery.
Oh.
Tell him that we heard he was the best, and that we have a potential commission for him. And I bet that they will put themselves in a contest on their own.
So do this in front of the brother? So say this
in front of both of them.
Okay. I like this. This is a good idea.
How about this guy? Yeah. Don't you come in here and talk like you know me. No, I can't do it, dude. I can't do it. I have to really watch some Boston accents to try and stick that down.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do a Boston accent. You gotta get Boston, you gotta say coffee.
Boston, we're gonna come in here and we're gonna, take it. No.
You've got too much Scottish in you. You can't do it.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Yeah.
I keep reverting
it flexes
back to
over
the
to Scottish so easy.
It's for me. It's either Scottish, Russian, or like deep German.
Oh God, you do the Russian thing.
You do like
just
the Russian old lady.
You sounded too Minnesotan when you were trying to talk like that.
Yeah, exactly. It was too deep for me, man. It's too deep.
You're sounding a bit too much like you grew up on a dairy farm there, bud.
I even said bud. Oh my God.
When
Nailed
you grow
it.
up north, it's you got to eat the dairy out the farm, If you don't do it out the farm,
You bet. Yeah.
It ain't good,
Well, boys, I sent her a little too I fucking sent her a little too fucking hard, bud.
Oh,
Hey, fucking sent her real hard, bud.
If you ever seen that 30-point buck,
That's a Texas size Pam 4 there, bud.
I don't give a good goose fart on a muggy day.
I am surprised at how little you guys say, "Oh yeah, sure."
That is not a thing up here.
Nobody says that.
Unless you are deep fucking north Minnesota,
That's like
you ain't gonna hear that. You ain't gonna hear
Canada.
It's because we're playing D&D. We don't say it as much, but yeah, half the words I say are ope.
I would say it's ope. Ope is because it was ope. Ope and bud.
Hey, in our defense, ope is part of our language. That's not.
It is.
It's an official.
It's ope.
But
Oh.
betcha, don't you know?
No.
Not really. You gotta
Oh, yeah.
go. You gotta go
You
real
betcha.
north.
You
Oofta.
betcha.
And
I say
it's-
oofta all the time.
Yeah, but that's like real northern Minnesota, and that's
Oh.
usually like 40-year-olds and above. Probably
Oh.
50-year-olds
I think I
and
got it
above.
from Grandma, because Grandma said it all the time. Oofta.
Yeah, but I don't even say
Oh,
it that much. I
oofta.
would say,
We
Oofta.
do have really long vowels though.
Oh,
Like I
yeah.
do
Yeah.
talk like
Yeah.
this.
Oh.
we're not
Bud.
special. We're just real
Oh.
good talkers, you know.
Yeah. You know. Oh, good grief.
alright,
Okay, we're
anyways.
tangent.
You
Fuck,
do see
okay.
you do see the two gentlemen though. They are going back and forth, slapping each other. The more burly, black-haired dwarf is definitely like he's not. It's to a point where it's like picking on his younger brother, but not really. It's kind of that weird in between. Like you can tell he cares, but at the same time, he's rubbing it in really
Mhm.
bad.
I'm gonna slap my hand on the table and get up.
'Kay.
And I'm gonna like nudge Kaz, and I'm gonna walk towards Soar.
'Kay.
Right, obviously they're both together, but I'm gonna walk with purpose, not aggressively, but with purpose towards Soar. I'm gonna be making eye contact with him. I'm not even gonna acknowledge that the other exists. I'm gonna be just looking at him.
Passive aggression. I like it.
No, it's
Okay.
like determination. Like I'm like, oh my god, I'm walking towards you, with purpose. Okay.
Okay.
I'm walking up to him.
His back is turned to you, and he's kind of hunched over his drink, and his brother's just like slapping him and making jokes the entire time.
All right, I'm gonna promptly sit next to him, and kind of get
Okay.
real close, and have like wide, like awe expression on my face.
Okay. He kind of like as he takes a drink, just like, and just looks at you. Can I help you?
Pardon me, I can't help myself. Are you Soar, the blacksmith?
I am.
You are the Soar, the blacksmith, the greatest in the land?
He takes like a big swig and just like really confused, sets it down. Make a deception check. I mean, what did you think was gonna happen?
What about performance? Can I do performance?
I mean, the performance is something completely different. You're lying through your teeth. He looks at you, takes another drink, and okay, I don't know. Torg, did you put her up to this? No, I didn't do that. That's funny though. And he takes like a big drink again, and you, the best in the land. I don't think so.
I needed backup. I needed backup. I needed backup.
I will. I'll come up to the table and I'll say, "Hey, gentlemen, maybe my associate here wasn't clear. We were told you'd be the perfect blacksmith for a specific commission that we have.
Yes, the perfect one. The greatest for this.
What would that be? Making horseshoes and cups?
I'm gonna be like
And he takes, like,
shushing.
another big drink.
I'm gonna
He,
be
like, takes,
shushing
another
him.
big drink.
I'm shushing him mid-sentence while he's talking. Shh. Pardon me. I'm
He's
not sure.
so loud and bellowy that as you do this, it's still like up over you. And he's just like, he's so beyond and full of himself, it doesn't even faze him.
I'm gonna just be like doing the shoe. Like, excuse me. I don't know who you are, but I'm trying to speak to Soar. Would you mind going somewhere else and not being so loud?
I mean, this was my table first.
Well, he's clearly sitting here, and we are trying to commission him for work because he's the greatest. So if you would, begging your pardon, if you could just go somewhere else.
He leans in really close. Not a problem. And like burps in your face, and then stands up and like flexes a little bit, and then walks off in a different direction. He just kind of like just jauntily walks away, and his brother just.
I was
What do you
actually
need?
expecting somebody that was that narcissistic to just walk away that easily, but okay.
We
Anyway.
stand store. Fuck Torg.
Yeah. Sir Sor.
Sir Sora.
Sir Sor. Pardon me for coming off the way that I did before. It's just that I didn't expect to see you here. We were trying to find where you were located, but we need a piece created, and it's to our understanding that you would be the best
How
for it.
many horseshoes do you need?
No, not horseshoes. No. It's something far more important and greater than that.
I don't do bowls anymore.
So, how would you be with creating a very unique, personal, unlike any other device that we can put on our slave? I need a fine piece of craftsmanship. And we came here hoping to find you to craft this. What broke this guy?
we broke the DM.
I'm debating as to whether or not, because it's not a whole lie.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be deceptive. I'm not saying anything I don't believe.
I understand that, but it's not the truth what you're saying to a certain extent. Because we were sitting at the table and we were looking to specifically speak with Sor. We were looking to commission. Yes, we were trying to pin them off each other, but we were specifically looking to speak to Sor. Okay, I'll give you this one. Make a persuasion check.
She wanted performance.
It's not gonna be performance. You're not dancing or playing an instrument or trying to dress up. Okay.
Ooh, that's not bad.
For a fucking +0, that's not bad.
Okay.
God damn it, Kaz, why am I doing all the talking? I have shit fucking charisma. Why am I doing this?
I was gonna say I want to roll mine just for fun. Yeah, I gotta.
Oh, get wrecked.
Rolled higher than me. Yeah.
See,
With a
I
+9.
believe the shit that's coming out of my
baby.
mouth right now.
God
I
damn.
believe it. I
He sits
believe
there
it.
for a second, takes a small drink of his drink again. What kind of manacle are you talking about?
Well,
I might have time, depending. I don't do them very often, as Torag usually does the majority of the manacle making.
we've seen what he's done, and we need something far better than that. It's very cookie cutter, everything that he does.
And you come to me?
Yes, because you don't create the cookie cutter things that we keep seeing. We need something more unique. We need a creative eye.
It's been a long time, but I've made a couple in my time that have stood out a little bit. Yes.
Excellent. As far as what kind, that's part of the creative genius we were hoping that you could help inspire. We're not sure whether we want this to be something to go around his neck, around his wrist, maybe around his waist. But
So you're talking of a three-tiered device that restrains the target?
We have a slave that we'll be walking around town with, and he's a monster of a man. Biceps the size of your thigh, right? Over 7 feet tall. So people
It
around
doesn't take him
town-
very long, and you just see him like over the corner of his shoulder look back, and like Morn just sitting. No, Morn, you're up in the.
Morn
I'm not
is-
there.
yeah.
I'm not there. But if I were there, I'd agree with everything he's saying.
No, never mind. I thought you were still down there. Never mind. Continue. Sorry.
So as we walk around town, people get nervous. They get a little on edge when we go to places. So we need something that looks really intimidating, something that looks like a lot, so that people can be at ease. They go, "Hey, this person is really not able
Sure.
to escape, right?
1 second. I have an idea. And he like
Oh.
you just see him like throw like something off the table, and he pulls out like a piece of parchment and a charcoal, and he just begins to like sketch, and he's like rough sketching, and you I mean, it's not awful, but it's pretty decent, and he begins to like sketch like this little like 3-tiered system, and it's a neck piece, so it's one. Think of like a back brace for people that like have to sit up straight, like like the whole beam thing,
Mhm.
except
Yeah.
for you hold it, and basically the whole thing, you push it onto the chest, and as you push it onto the chest, it manacles the neck, the waist, and then it has 2 clamps that hold the arms in like so. And he begins to like do it, and he puts like skulls on the. He puts like a skull on the like one of the pieces that holds the center up, and then he has spikes that go around the collar, and he's like, "Yeah, okay, yep." Oh,
Now, that is
and then he s-
amazing.
and he
However-
slides the piece over to you, and he goes, "What do you think?"
That
Yeah.
is spectacular. I'm so glad that we came to you with this. Now, also, we're looking to fight him. Would this be a piece that he would be able to fight freely in? Or would we need something less restrictive? Would you be able to do something a little less restrictive?
Are you talking in the arena?
In the arena. But
Oh,
he's still our
it-
slave.
It all comes off.
Ah.
They're allowed to fight freely in the arena.
Oh, well then in that
Yeah.
case,
Now, so just between us, this slave is very well behaved. So the device is really for looks, to put the rest of the people at ease, more than it is to actually handicap him as we go around town. We've
could make
trained
a-
this person since he was a child, so we're not afraid of him wandering off or not obeying orders. That's not really a concern. So some freedom of movement could be tolerated.
Okay, make a persuasion check with advantage. Yeah.
hell yeah, Kaz.
So, what you're asking is, you want some kind of quick release or a key that allows the piece to basically fall off. I could work. And he starts like drawing again, and all of a sudden you see like he adds like a little color to like one part of the chest piece. So this is a quick. You just slap that button, and the whole piece falls off.
Okay. I'm gonna look at Kaz and kind of nod.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds spectacular and far better than anything we would have ever been able to come up with. And far more creative than anything I'm sure your brother could master.
I mean, he has his things, but yeah.
You have the creative eye. I can tell. You have the creative eye. He probably would have just made us something that he's already made before.
I mean, yeah. He kind of does the same thing over and over again. I mean,
Exactly. Well, we would like to fight him in the arena as soon as possible. We're very anxious.
If I get going now, I could probably maybe by tomorrow night, rush order.
Yeah.
So materials, bronze. You just see him like sketching out a bunch of numbers, and he just
Kaz,
starts
be
like.
ready. Kaz's favorite part of anything is listening
Get
to how
that
much it's
coin
gonna
purse
cost.
ready, baby.
How much is this gonna cost me?
So, without the rush, 280 gold. With the rush, 340.
I'm gonna
If that works.
have like a kind of a smirk. I look at Kaz.
Now, what would the price be for an arena champion who advertises your shop as their shop of choice?
Right, Kaz!
Has he been arena champion before?
He's taken on many,
Oh, yeah.
many a high-tiered foe. Maybe you
Oh.
could put your branding on
The-
this piece that you make for him.
This
What's
man,
his name?
This man is
He is the bear.
we only call him Morn the Bear.
Morn the bear.
He is an arena champion in, through, and north of the Evercrest Mountains. He has slain monsters, orcs, and dragons.
Taken on dragons. At this point, I'm just gonna be echoing things Cass says. He's gonna be like dragons, and be like, and dragons.
Okay.
Sea beasts in the
Sea
port of
beasts.
Dollar have trembled
Trembled. They've
at
trembled.
the axe of this man.
Okay.
Fear.
So
Ran
because
screaming.
she's helping you, it's not with a disadvantage. It's just a straight roll for persuasion. Or no, deception. Sorry.
Roll that shit.
They're both +9. So it's
Okay.
Not bad.
I've done a lot of traveling, and I don't think I've ever heard of Morn the Bear.
Back.
Come on, Jin. Did you seriously roll higher than an 18? Fuck off!
19.
Fuck off!
19.
Oh my god.
19.
Oh,
19.
feels so bad. We're fine.
Yes, but he is going to be the champion of McKill.
300 even. 300 even
With the rush order?
with the rush order, and I get to brand him.
You get to brand the piece.
Yeah,
Okay.
brand him.
I just wanted to ensure he was not referring to branding his flesh. Just wanted to.
Make a perception check. Or no, insight. Sorry. Insight.
Insight is
So-
plus. It's the same.
Okay. He's talking about the flesh.
Okay, so one moment.
He's
He will
talking about
be-
basically making him a walking billboard.
Now,
Yep.
That
No,
was our
hold on.
idea.
A small
Because-
price to pay.
if you brand him, that would indicate to someone that he's your property and not ours.
Oh no! We have ways of putting logos on the certain champion or founding individual.
That is interesting.
Oh no. No. Okay. So
Morn's not here.
does not consent.
He's not-
No.
I know.
I don't consent for Morn. Okay. Begging your
his
pardon.
resident
Morn
adult.
ain't here.
Begging your pardon.
What was the initial price?
Uh,
That he said?
340.
That was not with Rush though. I thought it
Yeah.
was
I thought that
340. I thought 340 was without Rush.
No, 340 with rush.
Fuck it, we're gonna pay the extra 40
I'll
gold.
put 170 down on the table right now. Slide it over to him. Say, here's half up front, half of 340.
When
No
we
one
have-
brands my champion though.
We are happy to have you still put your mark.
310. 310. I don't brand your champion, but he wears a helmet with my insignia
While he fights.
While he fights?
while he fights.
Ugh. So he doesn't fight with. The issue is that he doesn't fight with armor, so this would greatly impede his ability, and that would defeat the purpose of us even taking him to the Colosseum. He has his craft. We wouldn't be able to put armor on him while he's fighting.
What does he wear? Nothing.
His skin.
A loincloth. He wears very basic garb. He's very agile.
You said
And-
loincloth.
You can't.
God.
You cannot brand his penis.
He would
It's
be
not on the
more than
table.
happy- He would be more than happy to wear a loincloth with your brand on it.
Yes.
I
If
don't
he would.
have- that
Yes.
would- we would have no problem making him do that.
Yes.
Deal.
Yes.
I'll shake on it.
Absolutely.
For fucking 30 gold.
Martin's gonna wear his insignia on his loincloth moving forward.
I already got an idea of what that loincloth's gonna look like. Oh, baby.
Is he gonna get a cod piece?
Oh my god.
It's
Oh
gonna
my
look
God.
real hot. Warren, you're gonna be real sexy.
I mean, it could have been much worse, okay?
Better
We
better
did-
that than a helmet. Better
Yeah,
that than a helmet.
yeah. Yes.
because that would get rid of your unarmored defense.
We
Yeah.
did our best to be fair.
Well, you could have paid 30 more
I-
gold. You wouldn't have to do
but
it.
But it's Kaz. Kaz is not gonna pay
I
a
know.
dime more than he has to.
I
Why
actually.
I've costed Kaz way more than 30 gold in the past.
Yes, by
I
breaking
would've
down doors.
probably-
Or
Probably.
even, or even.
I would have paid him 30 gold to have him make you wear a loincloth with his name on it.
Yeah, he ultimately wanted this. This is the
I
outcome.
mean, there was other ideas too. There was also strapping a flag to your back. There was,
Yeah,
know,
samurai style.
yeah,
right, but see, then he's got to have something on him. So the idea was not to add anything to what he's already wearing.
I mean, he wears clothing.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
adding a flag or.
Oh
a
no,
helmet.
Kai! I already got an idea what what that little loincloth's gonna look good. It's
Yeah.
gonna look a real sexy.
Oh shit! Sorry, Morn.
Yeah, this.
Sorry, Morn.
Oh no!
Sorry.
Think loincloth with tied knot thong style.
Oh.
I know what.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna like it, and I'm gonna have to deal with it.
You'll forget it's like that. Like after a minute of being out there, you'll forget it. Yeah.
It won't. Hey, it won't matter once you're slapping him around with your massive bear cock.
Yes, and then your butt cheeks will be unhindered. You can crush.
There you go.
You can crush with your butt cheeks now.
Frosty's awfully quiet. I don't know what he's doing on the other end. He scares me a little bit when he gets this quiet.
Hi, Frosty.
Don't
He's plotting something.
Oh, okay,
Don't
no.
worry about me. Don't
Oh.
worry about me.
Literally, all I imagine is Frosty on the other end, just like, why the fuck did I join this game?
No, I'm very excited for the upcoming
For
day.
the cod piece.
The cod piece. He's excited for the cod piece.
Yeah.
And this was a well executed plan. Okay, there's just a few hiccups that we had to kind of compromise on.
So
We're still
far,
in like stage
this
one.
is probably the most planning you guys have ever done rating anything. So
Well, we
it's
learned.
it's a little scary at this point.
We learned from
It's
our
a
mistakes with
multi-step
Steinthorn.
process.
Okay, we had issues with Steinthorn. We're trying not to recreate that.
So, as you guys are hashing out the details, signing he pulls out a small little contract. It seems like he carries a couple with him. Basically, agreeing to said money carried forward, payments, payment amount due at the end of crafting, the basically any tweaks that you want made to the item needs to be made by midnight tonight, or else by tomorrow he won't have it done. He is rush ordering, so he's literally chugging his drink and getting ready to leave. You hear ding 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 ding, and like all through the town, just giant bells dinging. And you see everybody in the bar stand up and make their way outside.
Including Sor?
Yep. Sor, Torag, all them.
I'll follow.
Everybody is making their way towards the arena.
Oh, including Soar?
Mhm.
Is it far away or is it close?
You guys are literally like a block away.
I will follow then. Still, I'll basically follow behind Soar wherever he's going.
Okay.
Did
Everybody
every single person in the bar
Yeah,
like, get
and
up
everybody in the streets that's close by is making their way into the arena. And then there's
I guess I would. Yeah, I would follow. Like that seems unusual.
okay.
Yeah, I'll run upstairs and tell Morn to come down and then go. I'm when I see people go out, towards the arena, I'm gonna assume that the bells mean there's a fight. I'm just gonna run upstairs and tell Morn there's a fight about to start at the arena. Let's go check it out so we'll know what you're gonna be in for.
I said no to the gnome. This didn't happen.
He's still reeling. They don't have a cure for it yet, guys.
Oh no.
This could have been an issue earlier, but Martin said no. Martin wasn't interested in the gnome.
Yeah, you passed out drinking, buddy. She came and got it after hours. It's okay.
Oh no!
It was non-consensual.
Oh.
She wanted to see what was really underneath that
Okay,
loincloth.
more. We'll find a cure.
I don't get.
There probably isn't one, but we'll still try.
Unfortunately, I don't
Thanks.
think Cure Wounds is going to stop this one, buddy.
Thanks to
It
your-
appears you're just gonna have flare-ups about 6 months.
Thanks to your
It
cat.
may or may not hurt when you pee.
The gnome herpes are going to be on like full display too, thanks to your cad piece.
Yeah,
Oh.
out the side.
Oh.
Not good. Not good.
Enough of that. Nope. But I do appreciate you guys coming up and getting Martin for the fight.
Healing
You would
word
have
for
been sad.
pee burning.
So, as you guys make your way,
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
I don't think healing word's gonna work for that. That's more of a disease.
Old timer, you seriously slay me. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So,
It's been way long enough to understand this cloak now, right? So I'm able to follow Kaz.
yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
So you guys make your way into the arena, and everybody's piling it in, taking seats, and they're like, people are whispering. It's very quiet for like the amount of people. Like, I mean, this arena, this Coliseum is fucking huge, and people are piling in, and it's relatively quiet. A lot of the speaking is kind of like hush whispers, and people kind of leaning in next to each other.
Can we hear what they're saying?
Make perception checks. Actually, with your your passives, you would catch bits and pieces of everything going on. You would catch they canceled the main fight for tonight. Oh, I hear there's an announcement from the Six.
Ooh.
Yeah, all through the city. They're bringing it in via magic.
Bringing it in. The fuck?
So as you guys sit down, the whole Coliseum over the next 20 to 30 minutes calms down and everybody finds a seat. In the center of a Coliseum, almost like 70-foot tall holograms appear. And in the center of the hologram is 6 elderly gentlemen sitting around a round table with cloaks up over their head, and they're all just kind of sitting like so, with their hands down, like Emperor Palpatine style. Just all of them sitting around the circular table.
I am the Senate.
I am the Senate. So pull up my notes here.
So there's
Oh.
six of them?
Yes.
Ooh, good choice, Born.
Thank you.
My
there it is.
hologram brings all the people to the yard.
Alright. So
Do it.
everybody kind of begins to like, oh, look, it's the Six. Oh, look. And like you just hear like a bunch of like, and then you see the one in the very middle. Hand goes up. Children, please listen. This day going forward, the Council of Six has decided to grant one of its members the seat and the throne of power so that he may reign over all of Rothos and the Empire. After much deliberation, it has been decided that... Fuck, I lost my notes. It has been decided that I, Mazin Threnot, will take the throne. And we will converge the Council of Six into my realm and my power. I will do everything that I can within myself to protect the people of Rothos. That is why you see the Raxus now stationed at each one of your cities. Our threat to the north from Jupiter that is hidden from us for so long. They seek to overthrow us with power. They seek to instill fear within us. Those elves, orcs, and other unhumanly individuals. We make moves to end this threat. Do not be afraid, my children. Today, a new religion I bring forward to you, one of great power, one that will unify us all. It is that of the Great One, the most powerful and rightful herald of us all. There's my notes on it. Sorry, I'm going all over.
The fucking undying one.
Fuck. There we go. He has been considered to be that of a bad one, but he strives for power, and that to slay those of our enemies. We worship Baal, the god of war. Power to him. And he makes a symbol with his hand, and then puts his hand down at the table. Together we unite to bring humans back to the forefront of power, where we should be. We have found many magical artifacts that allow us to move towards this. I believe together we can move towards a wondrous future. Please join me in congratulating all of you as we move to become one. And the other 5 members stand up and make like a
Don't applaud. Don't applaud.
little bow and put their hands together.
Can we see their faces?
Can you see their faces?
Yeah, their faces covered.
Yeah.
Yeah, as in their faces are covered.
Yeah, their faces are covered.
All the hoods are up.
Oh man.
And you just hear everybody like, and all the humans are just like,
Death to elves!
My God, Morn! Your sister's a fucking elf!
Justice!
Justice!
Stormcloaks!
Off with our heads!
Fucking
Oh
elf, am I
shit,
right?
Ginge! How long has it been since between the time that we started talking with Sor and the Colosseum?
Like now?
Yeah. How long has it been since I went downstairs and... Because I casted Disguise Self before I went downstairs to talk to Sor.
Yeah.
And then
for an
now-
hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at the end.
I don't have a cloak! I don't have a cloak! This was a stupid idea!
Oh shit.
I don't have a cloak!
You have disguise self.
I already used it twice!
Oh no.
What do you mean you use it twice?
I used it the
not
first...
Oh no.
I used it the first time, and then I just used it. I thought there was a...
Well, you can still use the cloak and cover your ears.
You can continue
don't have
to
the
use
cloak.
the spell as long as you have
I have the
spell slots.
cloak.
You can if you have higher level spell slots, you can upcast it. You just can't. You just won't get any extra effects from it because it doesn't get any benefits from being upcast.
Okay, no, we're good then.
Oh baby, I was getting ready to start rolling.
Okay, I would have cast Disguise Self before it ended again.
Yeah, you can.
I will do the
Yeah, use the
same.
higher level slot.
Alright, we're good.
Also, I have the cloak. You can still wear the cloak. You just can't
Yeah, but
cast.
are you standing right next to me?
Yeah, Kaz went and got me.
And you said death to elves standing right next to me.
Yes.
Today, going forward though, those of non-human blood will be made to wear a patch of identification.
Oh, we're getting all fucking Auschwitz in here? What the hell is this shit?
Yikes!
I
They will
knew
be
these guys were
required-
Nazis. I knew
They
these
will
guys were
be
Nazis.
required to wear and keep on them at all times forms of identification, as we have traitors within our midst. That of the Justice's Boon, that of the residents of Jupiter, those that call themselves heroes. We will flush them out, and we will bring them to us.
Don't we all have Justice Boon tattoos?
And as he says this, he scoots a chest.
Y'all have emblems. I have a tattoo.
Yeah, he scoots a chest in front of him. Those that seek and out those of the Justice's Boon will be given handsome rewards of 580 gold pieces. They will be brought to Skarnsvald to meet the justice that they deserve.
I'm gonna eye Kaz. Don't get any ideas about those rewards. You love us more than money.
If I turn us all in,
580 gold apiece. That's
Wow,
times
that-
5.
Lauren's like, that's
With a reward like that?
2 gold, 3 gold.
Can I turn myself in?
Get into the balloon. Fuck.
This brings us to our last bit. The gears of war have begun to spin, and I will use everything within my power to protect those of the great empire that we are. Be well, my children, and power to all. And you see a bunch of the other people around you, all the hands go up. And a
What the
salute.
fuck? Morn, don't do it.
Martin does it.
Oh my god.
Martin's trying to blend in.
Martin's just like,
We've been tracking.
He's probably using the wrong finger.
We've
Like,
been
he's doing like this, and he's just like, yeah.
Like, yeah, bro.
We've been tracking down this fucking symbol as being like the ultimate evil, and now you're standing in a crowd of people and you're like, "Oh, I'll be a bandwagoner. I'll be a bandwagoner."
I'm blending in.
Yeah, 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
That's what Morn's excited about. He's like, yeah! They're all about that shit.
I've used this once. It was amazing. That gnome taught me this. That gnome.
The one that gave me the herpes. Makes it burn when I pee.
This is all lies. None of this is true.
I mean, we gave
Is it
Andre
slander?
shit about Andre's husband all the time, so.
That is true. That is canon.
Now it's become
Oh,
your
yeah.
turn.
And as he says
But
this,
that's
he
fair.
goes,
It's well deserved. It's well deserved.
he holds his hands in the air, and like 2 spirals of fire go straight up into the air, and the holograph dies.
Oh, it's a holograph.
Well, like the giant illusion in
projection.
this. Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
I thought they were real.
Could have been using project image or some shit like that. Who knows?
Oh shit. Oh my god,
Jesus.
Kai! What the fuck? That's so bad.
Yikes.
Morn, you don't want to
so-
read that. Don't read chat. Don't read
To
chat.
any of you to any of you that have passive perception of 16 or more,
Yes.
okay? You look over and you see Alyssa sitting there with her arms crossed, and she's clutching one of her arms super tight, like almost white knuckle, and a drop of sweat is dripping down her forehead, and she's got a wicked smile on her face.
Ooh. So she looks like pained holding herself, but has a smirk?
Not sure.
The fuck?
I'll like lean over to Mavis / Alyssa and be like, it's got me uncomfortable as well, but are you okay? As soon as you like utter the first syllable of the first word, her eyes snap over to you, and she says, yeah. Yeah. Nervous. Right.
Hmm.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say you found a target.
Or a comrade? You were smiling, but also seemed... I don't know.
She sort of closes her eyes and lowers her head. And her lips close into more of a grin instead of a smile. An interesting announcement, to be sure. Let's go home. And she starts walking out of the arena.
A surprise, to be sure. But a welcome one.
Mm.
That definitely wasn't a welcome surprise.
Nervous dudes.
Once we get back to the moon, Martin is going to profusely apologize for what he had said, and that he didn't mean it. He was trying to blend in.
Death to elves!
Death elves!
Death to elves!
Oh my god. I mean, he could totally blend in and live a normal life and not be affiliated with us, so...
Yeah.
I wouldn't blame him.
He probably could.
I mean, until they find out what his sister is.
Yeah, exactly. But she's safe in Jupiter right now.
Right
For how
now.
long? For how long?
Shh.
Well... yeah! He was the first one in the crowd to do the symbol. He was the first one in the crowd to shout.
Kaz is sitting
I'm
next
doing
to
it again.
Morn. Imagine is Kaz sitting next to Morn like,
Like, man, it just slipped right off the tongue.
It's so easy.
Immediately.
he is really, really happy. Death to elves!
He's really gung-ho about this shit.
Oh my god.
Knowing how bad of an actor Morn has been in the past, it's a little surprising.
Yeah. 3 of the people Martin is closest to are elves, so I
Oh
wouldn't
my
be
God.
too worried about it.
Oh, that's so funny. Death Death to the elves! Long live humans!
Justice!
Kill them all!
Death to the Stormcloaks!
Death to elves.
Got the symbol and everything. The Undying One forever! The sick shall reign all!
This is what we do to elves around here.
Oh, fuck. Oh my god.
Exactly.
Like, in my mind, that, like, this just seemed way cooler, and, like, the way, like, the finger and everything, like, being cut off, and then it just turned
Yeah.
into
You
sick
just ruined
fucking
it.
joke.
Yeah.
Hey, only us, only the Lone Rangers have that. We haven't told it to anybody else yet. So everybody else in the world thinks it's cool, and it's like, hell yeah,
Yep.
hail the six, baby, or whatever the fuck.
And we're like, yeah, you guys know what the fuck that is, or what it means.
You don't know what this means? See, we know what it means.
It's a cool double dip is okay. Oh my god. Okay, anyway, so
Fucking dead. I am deceased.
I'm
There's an
deceased.
unknown third character also suffering from known herpes.
Yeah. Yeah. We got our friend over here.
It's just rampant going through Rothos right now. Just gnome herpes.
No double dipping. There's gonna be a no double dipping sign on the wall of those, like, whorehouses. No double dipping. If you or somebody you know has come into contact with no herpes. Oh man.
You may be entitled to financial compensation.
Compensation. Call
Mm.
1-877 cash now.
I hear there's some kind of like swamp witch that deals in gnome herpes. She might be able to help you. Yeah, she's to the north though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we're walking back from the Coliseum.
If we hear of a certain Zupter brothel going out of business, we'll know why.
Yeah, that's where it all started.
Fucking gnome herpes.
On
Everybody
our-
files out of the arenas though, going back to their houses or what they were doing before the arena is being closed down. You guys do start to make your way back towards the inn.
Is Sora coming with us? Did we? Because I don't think we finished that contract yet. Or we don't think we
He
signed
left.
it.
Yep.
Wait, we did sign it? Did we sign a
Yeah.
contract? Yeah, okay, I was just making sure.
Yep.
Okay. Morn, you may or may not be too thrilled with the equipment that you're going to have to wear, but please know it's for the best and it's necessary for us to get you into the Coliseum and get us into the estate.
That's okay. As long as you make sure to remove the collar before I have to fight.
Yeah, the
Because
collar. Yeah.
if there's too much equipment holding me back, then I won't be able to fight very well.
Oh, don't worry, we can take it all off.
Okay, good.
It's just other things, but don't worry about it right now.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
Okay, good.
I trust you.
You just had to say that. Oh, straight to the heart. Fuck.
I just look straight into Freya's eyes. as I say
Fucking
that.
look straight into my eyes. Oh my god. I'm gonna be like, listen, whatever happens, I will personally sew it, make it better if I have to. I will find cloth and I will add to it if I need to.
Man, that's like when you're in high school and you're going out for the night and you're clearly planning on getting into some shit and your parents are just like, I trust you.
And you're
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
fuck.
Yeah.
Take the car. I trust you.
And then you
God.
feel totally guilty for the 30 seconds it takes to get to your car.
Yeah.
But then you're good.
Color on your dick. Bro. Oh my god.
Just a cock clamp.
Oh god.
It's just a cock ring.
Morn's just gonna waddle in like,
I mean, if we wanted to impress the crowd in some manner.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all kind of seen it before. It's obviously 10 times smaller than, your friend.
That is also fake news. Maybe that's why I needed a gnome.
Oh my god.
What has happened to this session?
So, you guys make your way into the inn. Are you guys going to continue drinking, or are you guys going to call it a night? What are you doing?
I'm gonna need to have a drink to kind of erase my whole memory of the death to the elves and the shit like that.
The clap of destiny.
And it wasn't just pointed at elves, it was pointed at all non-human. Clap of destiny? Oh, the clamp of destiny. Oh, hey, Frosty, can you make me an item called the clamp of destiny?
No, it's the pick of destiny. The pick of destiny, but the clamp of destiny.
No. You guys don't understand now. This is in the works. Frosty is making me a clamp of destiny, and I'm gonna put it in this fucking game. Just you watch me. And it's gonna be fully suited to just Morn.
Fuck. My face hurts.
Must be attuned by Morn the Bear.
Yeah, exactly. It's like +1 to attack abilities and like a +3 to persuasion if used sexily.
Wait, performance, and then he gets advantage on performance checks.
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh my god.
Yep. The clamp of destiny. Frosty, I trust you. You can run with the clamp of destiny, or you can give it another name, buddy. I trust you.
I got you covered.
Oh my god.
You guys have no idea. It's gonna be like 10 sessions from now, and the clamp of destiny is gonna fucking show up.
Oh man.
Just you wait.
Whew.
Oh my god.
Oh,
no.
That's the worst part. Bobo's the worst part. Like,
Unlocks hidden dialogue with
Don't-
Bobo.
hey. No, Morn, don't talk like that. The Bobo he loves you.
Oh god.
yeah.
Bobo just wants a taste of your man meat. That's all.
No. Or he wants to give him the man meat. You don't know if
Maybe.
he's a receiver or a giver, buddy.
Hey, some people like to do both.
Pork and roastos.
He likes the big boys, though.
The question is, what does he think Morn would prefer?
I don't know if he'd give more than choice.
Not Bobo.
Yeah, what if Bobo can cure it?
He might have the cure. Yeah.
It's an exchange.
Oh my god! What is happening?
And Martin just be like, that is not the law of equivalent exchange.
Oh,
Just-
baby. Time out. The chat is going downhill. Hey, technical foul. Technical foul. Kai, that's 10 seconds penalty in the timeout corner for asking for just a tip.
Enough of that?
Okay, anyways, you guys are in the inn.
Yeah.
I can't even see anymore. I just have tears running down my face.
Oh, baby.
Holy fuck.
Yeah,
I'll see
Kai,
myself.
yeah.
I'll see myself out.
After that one, yeah. Kai has advantage. He has advantage on his next roll. I'm giving him. The GM is giving Kai.
Inspiration, yeah. Holy shit. Yeah, no, I think we are just gonna have some drinks, go to bed. I think we have to wait until the following evening to even get the device. So we have plenty of downtime to just kind of chill.
Excuse me. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as you guys sit down, you guys order another pitcher of beer. The bar has gone completely empty. Everybody has either gone home or they've called it a night. The bartender seems to be... You can hear him in the kitchen making things. And you can hear him like doing stuff in the back, but it's pretty much just you guys in this little center room. And you guys are sitting in like around this circle table, staring at each other.
Well, Kaz, I remember you saying something earlier about, you thought elves would all be super wise or whatever. Now,
Shh, I'm digging this. Stop.
I used to think the same thing. Until people I thought I could trust turned out to be a bunch of fucking flakes.
Yeah, Morn.
No, not him. Well, Lauren, I love you. I know you were bullshitting. That's beside the point. What I'm saying is, my kin, after it happened, I asked them for help. None of them thought it was worth the try, the effort. Oh, because she's
Well-
half elf.
And as Andre's stuttering along, you hear a deep voice at the other side of the table. Well, that's because you cannot trust elves. And as you guys look up, a hooded, cloaked figure with two gold eyes staring at you guys at the chair sitting across from you guys. So, little elf, why are you so upset? You know that you can't trust your kind after you got rid of magic. That's why I'm back. That's why I'll fix things.
Fuck.
I just need... And he leans in really close. Just a couple more of you. And then sits back in his chair.
I want to look around the... Wait, everyone's here, right? All 6 of us are here. This is clearly a 7th person. I want to look around the table really quick.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not one of us playing a prank, Kalen style.
It's not someone that we recognize.
Oh, you're being suspicious when this is something you pulled and you were like, why are you guys being so suspicious of me?
Andre would recognize this person.
Oh.
Andre knows this person. Andre just had a vision about this person.
But Henri's pissed drunk.
End of session.
Fuck you, Ginge! No! You can't end it there!
That's good. Claps. Deserved.
Fuck.
We fucked. It's been real, boys.
I don't like that
no.
he knows that Henri's an elf. I don't like that. That's not good.
Andre had a certain vision about this person. And it
Yeah.
looked back at you through your vision.
It was the one with the crown,
Yeah.
right? The one with the crown? Yeah, this was the one that was sitting on the throne and then was getting the crown put on them. And they looked like right at you?
This is some
Yeah.
Night King.
This is the
Brianna
same this is the same guy that was doing the speech. I mean,
Does
we
the voice sound
recognized
familiar?
the voice would have sounded the same. Ginge, what the fuck?
I thank you all for coming.
No! Answer the
Thank you for
question!
joining us.
Answer the question!
We are having a lot of
What
fun.
The fuck?
Party is just now realizing 59 episodes into my session that they might
Work.
start be getting towards the BBEG.
Work.
Oh.
Fuck.
mean, you've left my main
What?
quest alone for a really long time.
Yeah, we had a lot
without
of
making any
sidetracks.
blinks of the eye towards it.
There's a lot of sidetracks.
And yet the world moves.
I mean, we had to go to
on
hell.
without us.
We had to get Morn's sister back. We had to go to Kaylin's temple in order to go to hell. Yeah, there's been a lot of shit.
Yeah.
There has been a lot of shit on my end too. The cogs are always moving.
Well, good fucking session, and girls.
Hey, Onray, did you get more beer in your mug? Because old timer cast
having a
Mug
panic
Reborn.
attack.
No, he cast Mug Reborn. That
Thank
didn't
you,
work.
stream, once again.
Rock Reborn.
I hope to see you
thanks,
again next
thanks
Wednesday.
for everybody
Um,
that's hanging out. Thanks for all the newcomers that came in with the raid.
Yeah, the
it was a lot of fun
Raid!
hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
Hope
We
you guys
super appreciate
enjoyed
it.
our scuffed conversation.
Our shenanigans. Yes, we will be back next week, Wednesday, same time, around 8:30 p.m. Central. Yeah, definitely come back and check it out, and we will pick back up. Links in the about section
In
for
the doobly
YouTube.
doo.
In the doobly doo for YouTube if you want to check out old sessions. But otherwise, we'll see you guys next week on Wednesday at 8:30 Central.